Hey art friends, today we're going to be drawing Nick Wilde
from Zootopia!
Alright dudes, you got your marker?
Yeah!
Alright, we hope you guys are going to follow along with us. You have something to draw with and some paper in front of you. We love this movie so much, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, we have to draw Nick.
Yes.
Since we already drew the bunny.
Judy Hopps.
Yeah. We're going to start with our paper vertical, and we're going to start with his nose. And we're going to draw it right up here in the top left. And we're just going to draw a little oval, and like that. Maybe a little bit bigger. And we can color it in. And we're going to draw the front of his nose, so it's going to curve up like a J. Good job. Awesome. Now we're going to, on this side, we're going to draw a little oval, and it's going to be touching that J. Little oval. Good, and that's for his eye. Then we're going to draw another oval over here, and it's going to be bigger. It's a little wider. This one was kind of squished, and this one's wider. Good. Now, most of the time during the movie, Nick had his eyes half closed because he's a fox, right?
Yes.
He looks sly, like he's up to something. So we're going to draw his eyes half shut. And I went a little past the oval on both sides. Good. Now let's draw the pupil, the dark part of his eye. And we're just drawing it half closed, so it's right underneath his eyelid. And this one's going to be touching his nose. Then we're going to draw the iris, so a little line that goes around the dark part. There we go. Now let's draw his eyebrows, and we're going to draw a slanted line over the top, and I drew a little thick, and then it's going to curve down on the side. Good. Now we're going to draw his other eyebrow, and it's going to be slanted the same direction, but it's a lot smaller. Good. Now let's draw the top of his head. So we're going to start right here next to the eye. So really, really close to the eye. But we're going to end right over here, like pretty far over here. So we're going to first draw a diagonal line that goes up and touches his eyebrow. And then it's going to curve over the top. And then it's going to curve back down. Oh, just like that. Good job. Okay, now he's got a little cheek over here on this side. So it bumps out. And then we're going to draw a zigzag line that comes back into his nose. So that's his fox cheek. Okay, and then we're going to draw his mouth next. So let's draw a line that comes out of his nose, curves up close to his eye. Now over here, we're going to draw a little line down from his nose. Okay, and then it's going to curve back over and up. Almost touch. We don't want to touch. We want to leave a little gap. And then we're going to draw the little cheek line. And then let's draw the bottom of his mouth. So we're going to draw a little chin that comes underneath. Is it starting to look like him?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Once we get his clothes and his ears on there, it'll look a lot more like him. And we can draw a little line. Okay, now let's draw everything coming down to his neck. So let's draw a little zigzag line coming down underneath his chin. Then we're going to draw a little zigzag for the hair on his cheek. And then we're going to draw a curve that comes in. All right, okay, cool. We're going to leave that curve just like that. We'll finish his collar in a second. But let's draw this line. It comes around and down. So the inside of his mouth part is a lighter brown, and then this is kind of more of the fox red color. Okay, let's draw his ears. It'll look a lot more like him once we get his ears on there. So right here on the corner of his head, we're going to draw a big curved U shape that comes down. Already looks more like him. Good. Awesome. And then we'll draw the thickness on his ear. And then let's draw the little hairs inside of his ear. Good job. Now let's draw his other ear. A little A shape. Okay, now let's draw the rest of his body. That looks awesome. So we're going to draw a little V right here for the start of his collar, his shirt. And then we're going to connect all these lines on his neck. Good. Now let's draw a line down for his collar. And then we're going to draw back down and up. Good. Now on this other side, let's draw this collar on that side. It's a little V shape. Good. And now let's draw his tie. So let's draw a curve that goes in between his two collars. Let's draw the front of his shirt. So we're going to draw a curve that comes out and down. It's really long. But we want to leave some room down here for his legs. There you go, good. Now let's draw his tie. So we'll draw a little U shape with a knot on his tie. And then we're going to draw two lines coming out of the knot. So one's going to come down, and we want to stop before we get to the end of his shirt. And we're going to draw the other line coming out too. And then down at the bottom, we can connect these two with a V. Good. And then let's draw some stripes on it. Next, we're going to draw his arm coming into a pocket. So we're going to draw his sleeve first. Let's draw a curve coming down. This is his shoulder. And then his sleeve is going to be right here. So let's draw an L shape coming back up. Good. And then let's draw the front of his arm. And it's going to stop right here at the bottom of his tie. Good. And then let's draw a little curve that's coming out for his thumb. Now let's come back up here and we're going to draw the back of his arm. So a little zigzag line for the fur on his arm, and then we'll come down to his wrist.
Oh, whoa, that's thin.
No, it's cool. And then a little line out for his hand. Good. All right, now let's connect the bottom. Looks like his hand's in his pocket, huh? That's awesome. Okay, now let's draw the rest of his shirt. So we're going to draw a little V, upside down V or an A shape right here because his shirt's untucked. And then we're going to curve and connect this line. Good. And then this line is going to S curve up and over his hand. Awesome. We did his shirt. Oh, he has a little pocket up here. Let's do a little rectangle. Good. And then right at the top, let's add an extra detail. Now let's draw his arm on the other side of his body. So a little shirt line that comes out, and we want it to come out at the same distance. Good. See how those are lined up?
Oh, I
You just drew
did
it.
it.
Yeah, magically worked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's draw his other arm. So a little furry, little jagged line that comes out and then comes back in. So this hand is in his pocket too. All right, we're almost done. Let's draw his legs next. So right here, coming out from his shirt, we're going to draw a bent line for his knee. And then on this side, let's draw the other side of his pants. And we'll come out a little bit, come down, and then we're going to curve right at the bottom. Let's extend your paper so you have a little more extra room, okay?
Okay.
All right, we have your paper extended, and all we did was take some extra paper and put a piece of tape on the end. So down here at the bottom, you have a little extra room to finish your drawing. We're almost done. We just need to finish his pants and his feet, and then also his big tail.
Yes.
So right here, underneath his shirt, let's draw a line because his pants are really baggy. So we're gonna draw a pretty wide line. Good, and then underneath here, we're going to draw a line that comes down and close to this line. And this is going to be the end of his pants. And then we're going to draw a line down on this side. Good. Then let's go ahead and connect the bottom of each side. Now let's draw his first foot. So we're going to draw the ankle, his heel. Comes out the bottom. And let's do that on both sides. Okay, now this foot is going to be pointing off to the left. So let's draw a big curve. Comes out and curves down. Good. And then let's connect the bottom. So his toes to his heel. And then we could draw his toes in there. So let's draw one line to divide his toe. And then we'll draw another curve right next to that one. Now he's got 3 toes.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, now let's draw his other foot. So I draw a big curve that comes out and down. And this one's going to be pointed at us. So it's going to be different. And then let's draw another curve right next to that one for his other toe. And then another curve on this side. Okay, now let's connect the bottom. So we're going to start here on his heel, come around, curve, and then connect into that last toe. Awesome! It turned out really cool. What are we missing?
His big tail.
His big tail, yeah, his fox tail. So we're going to draw an S line. It's going to come out. Let's draw a little point right here. So this is where we're going to end our tail. But when we draw this line, let's draw it zigzags so that it looks furry. So we're going to start and come down. And then we're going to go up. And then back down. So a big S, but it's zigzag. Good.
Well, that's a lot of zigzags.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. And then down here at the bottom, we're going to do the same. And we're going to connect here, but we want to make it an S line. So we're going to come down first. Then we're going to come back up. And then we're going to connect in.
Super duper zigzag.
Super duper. I like it. Maybe you got hit by electricity.
Yes.
I like it, man. Hey, we did it. He looks awesome. Except we need to color him, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to use gray, black, pink, green, purple, tan color, and then an orange-red color.
Yes.
And we're going to fast forward, but at the end, you guys can pause the video to try and match the coloring that we did.
Yeah.
You ready to fast forward?
Yes.
Let's do it right now. Chuckers, man, he turned out awesome. Did you have fun coloring him?
Yes.
Now you guys at home can pause the video and kind of match what we did. We added some shading on his tail and also on his ears, and we added some shading around his face too. He looks really cool. I love how awesome he turned out.
Yeah.
Now we could draw him all over again, except draw Judy Hopps right next to him.
Yes.
That would be cool. If you haven't seen our Judy Hopps lesson, you ought to check that one out too. That would be a lot of fun to put them together.
Yes.
And then maybe you could even draw Zootopia in the background. We hope you guys had a lot of fun drawing with us, and we'll see you later, our friends.
Bye.
Goodbye.